I have one of the most bizarre stories I've ever covered for you here. Liberals might be relying on one of our top sworn enemies for the good of the country. So listen to this. Huffington Post explains here. With Republicans in control of the House, the Senate, and come January, the White House, calls have come from some quarters of the Republican Party to eliminate the filibuster and ram through an unadulterated Trumpian agenda. Senator Lindsey Graham, on Tuesday, thoroughly rejected that approach. Quote, "That's a horrible, terrible idea," he said, after an off-camera briefing with reporters in the Capitol. Asked if he'd vote against the effort if it came to the Senate floor, he said he would, quote, "in a heartbeat." All right, so let me explain everything that's going on here. As of right now, because of the filibuster rules in the Senate, the way it worked when the Democrats held the Senate, the way it works now that the Republicans hold the Senate, you need 60 votes to pass anything. You need a supermajority to pass anything. You're going, hold on, Kyle, that doesn't make sense. Isn't it supposed to be 51 or 52 votes? I mean, if you have the majority, aren't the rules that you get it? Well, no, because now, in order to filibuster, you don't have to actually filibuster. You don't have to actually have somebody down there on the floor going, I'm going to talk for, 12 hours and switch on and off with people and just talk until you concede. You could just declare, we are filibustering. So if you declare, we are filibustering, everything needs 60 votes to pass. Now, the Democrats didn't do what's called the nuclear option, where they got rid of the filibuster. Now, you can do that. And hilariously, you only need 50 plus 1, I think, in order to do that. So the Democrats could have gotten rid of it. They didn't get rid of it. So all their shit got blocked. Now, my fear is that the Republicans, they're not like the Democrats. They're not going to be like, oh, we'll be kind to the other side and keep that in place. I fear the Republicans will be like, yeah, no, day one, we're getting rid of the filibuster. So now all we need is a simple majority to pass anything. And then the Republicans run roughshod. You got Trump doing whatever he wants, Paul Ryan doing whatever he wants, Mitch McConnell doing whatever he wants. You just go fucking nuts. The Republicans pass anything and everything they want because they have a majority everywhere. That's what I fear. But it turns out, no. You have some rogue Republicans, like Lindsey Graham, who doesn't really like Trump, who's like, yeah, no, I would vote against getting rid of the filibuster. And I would make it so basically the Democrats can continue to block anything the Republicans do. Now, I don't think the Democrats will, because the Democrats, when it comes down to it, always roll over to one extent or another on some issues to the Republicans. They did it under Reagan. They did it under Bush. They're going to do it under Trump, too. But to have that there is big. We need that there. If we don't have that there, we're useless. We're useless. The Republicans just do anything they want. And that would be such a disaster for the EPA, for the FDA, for a regulation of Wall Street, for taxes. It would just be, oh my God, it'd be so incredibly bad. So this is the only instance I can ever remember in my life where I'm on Team Lindsey Graham. Now, I think they need, three votes total among the Republican ranks to say, no, we don't want to get rid of the filibuster, and they're good. And we have one here with Lindsey Graham. So I think, we'd be depending on maybe John McCain. John McCain and Lindsey Graham love each other probably in multiple ways. So they might go hand in hand. John McCain might, come back to the old Maverick, banner that he was under and say, yeah, I'm voting to keep the filibuster. And then all you need is one more Republican. And if that's the case, can you find a Republican from a blue state who it would actually be politically advantageous for them to keep the filibuster? Because to have a check on Trump, yeah, you could do that. So we may luck out here because of fucking Senator Lindsey Graham, who I've never agreed with on almost anything, and I mock viciously. I've treated that guy bad, man. Every time I've ever spoken about him, is it, bitch? This is a guy, he ran for president, and when he did his, concession at the end of it, nobody cared. I don't think anybody voted for him. I don't think he has kids, but his family members were like, I'm not voting for Lindsey. But he released it on his YouTube channel. His YouTube page had 37 subscribers. I'm like, oh my God, you ran for president. You have 37 subscribers. That's the saddest thing I've ever seen. And he's so hawkish. He wants war everywhere. So I still disagree with him on so many things. But politics makes for strange bedfellows, as the old saying goes. But I Don't want Lindsey to think of me and him in bed together because he might get turned on. But on this one, I agree. Don't get rid of the filibuster. John McCain, hop on board. Don't get rid of the filibuster. One other Republican, hop on board. Don't get rid of the filibuster. And by the way, there's one other aspect that might make it so they don't get rid of the filibuster, which is in the midterms, they want to have an argument for when shit isn't better. So under Republicans, shit never gets better because they're Republicans. They're going to fuck everything up. So since that's the case, when the midterms roll around, people are going to go, my life is not any better. And the Republicans control everything. So now we're going to vote for the Democrats. Mitch McConnell wants to be able to have an argument against that. So Mitch McConnell could say, oh, look, man, the problem was that these fucking Democrats, they're obstructing everything. They filibustered everything. They obstructed everything. So you got to vote for the Republicans to get a supermajority so the filibuster doesn't matter. So that would create an argument where, the base might get more riled up. So that there's another political reason why they might want to keep it. But I'm not sure I buy that argument because Republicans are Republicans and they always want to run roughshod. But the few rogue ones might save us here. So for the first time and maybe the last time in my life, I'm going to say it. You go, Lindsey Graham.